We are given a string and we need to find out the length of the longest substring that does not have any repeating characters. For example, if this is the given string, then the longest substring without repeating characters is this. To solve this, we will use two pointers I and j. One pointer to track the beginning of the substring and the other pointer to track the end of the substring. With an example, let's see how we can find out the longest substring without repeating characters. First, we will place both the pointers I and j at the beginning of the string index 0. We will be using the pointer j to visit each character in the string. And on visiting each character, we will be storing the index at which that character was found in a dictionary. Here, pointer j found the character x at index 0. So we will store that information. At this point, the number of characters between pointer I and j is 1. So the longest substring without repeating characters is 1. Now we will move the pointer j to the next character. Here character y is found at index 1. So we will store that information. Also now the longest substring without repeating characters is 2. Now we will move the pointer j to the next character. Here character y is found at index 2. But if we look at the dictionary, we can see that this character was already found at index 1. That means between pointers I and j, there are two y characters, and therefore we must move the pointer I to the maximum index up to which there are no repeating characters. The pointer I is currently at index 0. The index at which the character y was previously found is 1. Therefore we will move the pointer I to the maximum index without repeating characters, which is 2. Since pointer j has found a new index for the character y, we will update it in the dictionary. And since the current length of the substring 1 is less than the previously found out longest substring, we don't have to update the maximum length. Now we will move the pointer j to the next character. Here character a is found at index 3. So we will store that information in the dictionary. Now the longest substring without repeating characters is 2. Now we will move the pointer j to the next character. Here character b is found at index 4. So we will store that information in the dictionary. Now there are 3 characters between I and j. So the longest substring without repeating characters is 3. Now we will move the pointer j to the next character. Here character c is found at index 5. So we will store that information in the dictionary. Now there are 4 characters between I and j. So the longest substring without repeating characters is 4. Now we will move the pointer j to the next character. Here character x is found at index 6. If we look at the dictionary, we have already found out the character x at index 0. But the pointer I is already ahead of index 0 and at a maximum index at which there are no repeating characters. Therefore, in this case, we don't have to move the pointer I. And there are 5 characters between the pointers I and j. So the longest substring without repeating characters is 5. And this is the final result we have. Now let's code the solution. We will store the number of characters in the string in this variable. If the number of characters are less than or equal to 1, then we don't have to do anything. We can directly return that length. We will create this variable for storing the longest substring without repeating characters. And at last, we will be returning it. We will create 2 pointers I and j initially at index 0. And also for storing the index at which characters are found, we will create a dictionary. Now we will use a while loop to move the pointer j through all characters till the end of the string. During each loop, we will store the index at which character was found in the dictionary. Also, we will check whether we have found out a new substring with maximum length. We will then increment the pointer j to move to the next character. And at the beginning of the loop, we need to check whether the current character was already found at any previous index. If yes, then we must move the pointer I to the maximum index up to which there are no repeating characters. Now let's try running the program. It's working. See you in the next video.